Welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytimes. Today we're reading If I Ran the Rainforest. All about tropical rainforests by Bonnie Worth, illustrated by Aristides Ruiz.
Oh, good work. All right. Now, the blurb, of course, is I'm the cat in the hat, and it's time that we get to go to a place that is steamy and wet. We're in a place that is steamy and wet right now. Where are we, Luce?
We're in the rainforest.
We are in the rainforest. We're staying at Bingle Bay in the rainforest.
In a treehouse.
In a treehouse, yeah. It's got 3 levels, which we're going to read from each level, aren't we? All right, and we're very, very blessed to have a pool because it is very wet and steamy and sticky today. We've just been fishing. How many fish did we catch, Luce?
4.
How big were they, Lou?
Tiny.
In fact, one could have gone in my fish tank at school. It was so small. Very, very disappointing because those bites were huge, weren't they? All right. If I ran the rainforest. Of course, it's going to be a rhyming book because it's Dr Seuss, my favourite. Oh, I have to get close. Is that better? I'm the cat in the hat, and it's time that we get to a place that is steamy and wet. It is a rainforest. The reason is clear. About 100 inches of rainfall each year. Down at the equator, I'll show it to you. Your mother won't mind very much if I do. You see the map down here showing all the rainforest and Brazil, and here's the equator. The equator is like the invisible line that runs around the center of the earth. To a tropical rainforest, off we will go. There are three other kinds I think you should know. The seasonal kind has months that are dry. A cloud rainforest sits 3,000 feet high. A mangrove rainforest grows on the coast. Rain falls on the tropical rainforest most. That's where we are now. Dear Sally and Nick, for your information, the reason it's rainy is called transpiration. Transpiration is when plants lose water through pores in their leaves. Warm, wet air rises into the sky and wet air cools and forms rain clouds. Plants soak up rain through their roots. A rainforest has 4 floors, you might say. We'll visit each one. My umbrella, Veta, will give the best view. To the uppermost floor, it will take me and you. What's an umbrella Veta, do you think, Luce? Have a look at the picture.
From the picture, it looks like an umbrella and an elevator.
Yes, a magic umbrella, I think. Emergence is the word that we used to call these trees that grow up 300 feet tall. They're on the 4th floor, right up at the top, and they're called emergence. They might be quite tall, but I'm here to report. Their roots don't go deep, but they still give support. Buttress roots grow above ground like a fan to keep trees from falling. That is nature's plan. Who makes their home here? Those who like heights best. There's the buttress roots. So they kind of grow on the top of the ground, not under the ground, and they kind of keep the trees firmly planted.
Do you think like stuff like
I'm trying to think about that. Can you see this picture here? Look how tiny the person is. That's how big some of the rainforest trees grow. That's pretty big. Okay, I'm going to have a guess and say monkeys or orangutans. What do you reckon?
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say.
well, let's see if we're right. Wrong. An eagle named Harpy here makes her high nest. This gaggle of parrots of colourful hue are macaws of scarlet and yellow and blue. Okay, that makes sense because we're on the 4th floor. We're right up too high probably for monkeys. Now we will go down to floor 3, where lower tree tops from the green canopy. It keeps rain and sun off the floors down below. It's also the place where the epiphytes grow. These plants have roots that hang here and there. They suck up the moisture right out of the air. Look how colourful they are. And they just live on the trees. Howler monkeys live here. Lianas, sloths, toucans. The canopy is the most crowded of spots. Here monkeys and tree frogs and birds can eat lots of fruits, nuts and bugs and the nectar of flowers. It is noisy around here and it's busy all hours. There's orchids, so much going on in the canopy. And that's where the monkeys were hiding. Some animals here, I have just found, live their whole lives without touching the ground. I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Huh. The red-eyed tree frog. The wet leaves are slippy, movement is tricky, and that's why their toes and their fingers are sticky. There you go. In the canopy, hark, the hummingbirds hum. Over 200 kinds, that is quite a large sum. 200 different kinds of hummingbird. I didn't know that either.
Neither.
The hummingbird sips at the nectar from blooms. From flower to flower it flits and it zooms. This little bird helps the flowers to grow because pollen sticks to its body, and so when the pollen gets brushed from its feet and its head, it causes the pollen to scatter and spread. Wish I had a helicopter backpack. That'd be quite handy, especially after the walk we did this morning. This plant gives an insect a most deadly ride. It slips when it sips and gets trapped inside. Pitcher plants. If this plant can't root, it will grow on another. The vines twine and squeeze and then finally smother. It's called a strangler fig. It tries to strangle the tree. The under canopy is the next stop, floor 2. I'm afraid not much sun can make its way through. I guess that's kind of where we are now, on the second floor, because we're not at the ground yet, but the sun hasn't really shone through onto the pool much today. These vines and ferns grow where it's dim and it's hot. Spider monkeys live here, and the wild ocelot. This cat here. Camouflage is the word to describe a design that makes things blend in and so hard to find. Find 6 hidden things and you'll win a prize. The sure way to win is to sharpen your eyes. All right, Luce? 6 things. What can you see?
I can see a sloth here.
Yes.
Birds here.
That's 2.
I found a snake there.
3.
Pretty sure that's a thingy there.
Like a dragonfly or something? A stick insect? 4.
There's a moth or butterfly there.
Ah, right there, yeah. 5. One
and
more.
there's a lizard.
Oh, did you find all of those things as well? Good job. Oh, now I have to give you a prize.
What prize?
Oh, I'll have to think of something. Last stop, the first floor, the doors open wide. And when we look out, it is quite dark outside. Is anyone home? At first you'd say not. There's mostly leaf litter, dead plants, and some rot. Yes, if you have a look over the edge of this pool, that's what you're going to see. I'll take you over there in a minute. But jaguars prowl, snakes slink and slither. Insects and spiders creep yon and hither. Now look even closer, and you will find among the life here... what else is in the ground? Bugs? Is our humankind. Well, I didn't guess that, but yeah, we do live down on the ground, don't we? For thousands of years, they've lived here unharmed. They've hunted, and some of them even have farmed. Now, they're talking about probably the Amazonians and the Brazilian indigenous that live in the forests. They know where to find the food for a meal. They know which plants poison, and they know which plants heal. They're very clever. You've seen all 4 floors. See if you can list them. These 4 floors, it's a tongue twister, make up a complete ecosystem. Howler monkeys, harpy eagles, ocelots, kinkajous, snakes, jaguars. But something has happened within recent years, a thing that is going to drive me to tears. Millions of acres of land every year are cut down for reasons too long to list here. If I ran the rainforest, you know what I'd do? I'd make a few changes. That's just what I'd do. All these beautiful animals, and they're cutting down the rainforest. So for everything that you cut down, you've got to replant something, right? I'd say chop somewhere else, people. Leave us these trees. Don't cut them down. Save these trees, please. And this is the glossary. Do you remember what I said a glossary was in one of my other books? A glossary tells you the meaning of some of the tricky words that we've found in the book. An acre is a piece of land that was originally equal to the area that a team of oxen could plough in one day. An acre is about the size of a football field. A buttress, when you buttress something, it means you support or you hold it up. Camouflage, we know that one, when you hide or blend into something. The ecosystem is a group of animals and plants that live together. Emergent means a tall tree that pokes through the forest canopy when it emerges. An epiphyte is an air plant that thrives on the branches of the tree trunk. The equator is the imaginary circle running around the earth that lies an equal distance from the south and north poles. Hither and yon is an old way of saying here and there. Hue is a shade of colour. Nectar is the sweet liquid found inside flowers, which bees use to make honey. Pollen is the fine dust found inside flowers, which helps reproduce new flowers. When you smother something, it's to stop it living and breathing by covering it or strangling it. And transpiration is the process in which plants lose water through pores in their leaves called stomata. As water is lost from the plant takes up more water through its roots. There are some big words in this book today. I hope you enjoyed reading about rainforests with me and that you enjoyed hunting for all those animals on the pages. Now, Luce has disappeared. I wonder where she's gone. All right, Luce, you going to do a trick for us?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay. Thanks for joining me. And we look forward to reading to you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.